Welcome back to Punch Club, everybody. In today's video, we're going to be talking about mindset again. More specifically, priorities. The priorities that you set in your life, essentially they shape who you are. In this video, we're going to talk about why that is. Stay tuned. Priorities define a person. If you just look close enough, you only have enough time in the day to fit in so many activities. That's where priorities come into play. You make time in your day for the things that you must do, or at least the things that you feel that you must do. Some people prioritize fun, laughter, hanging out with friends, being out on the town. Others put it towards work, engaging in an active lifestyle, pursuing their goals. And you can get a mixture of these people. You don't have to be one or the other, you can get a complete mix. Either way, the mindset that comes with each one of these offers different results. And depending on your opinion, you might resonate with one or the other more. I can tell you about one. I am a very goal-oriented person, I like to push myself to achieve things because the feeling when you achieve it is overwhelming. Like when you finally made it to that goal, that far distant goal, and you did it, and you just give yourself a little pat on the back, show a little bit of gratitude towards yourself. I don't think much beats that. So what I spend my time doing, or prioritize my time to do, reflects in the person that I am. I prioritize physical training, sleep, healthy foods, all those little things that will get me closer to my goal, which all revolves around that boxing ring. That's why we're all here right now. If I have to make the decision to go do my road work or sit on the couch and play video games, it has to be an easy decision. I'm going for the road work, only because that's what aligns with my goals. Once you're able to identify what you want, what your goals are, and where you want to be, it makes it a little bit of a roadmap. It makes it easier to make those decisions. And you're going to be faced with these decisions constantly, every minute of the day, to do A or to do B. If you're really tuned in towards your goal, if you really are, that have that tunnel vision, you're like, this is where I want to be, option B is already out. Option C is already out. You're going to do this because that takes you to your goal. You're going to do this because it takes you to your goal. You're not taking the side streets. You're not taking the scenic route. You got one destination in mind, and that's exactly where you're heading. For example, maybe I just thought I wanted to fight. Maybe I just thought, it'd be cool to win. Maybe I wouldn't take these decisions so seriously. Maybe I wouldn't decide to go for that run. And that would reflect in my sparring, my training, and ultimately it would reflect in the fight itself when I got there and I was underprepared and overwhelmed. But I know that there's someone out there that's training just as hard as me, hopefully a little bit less, and they have the same goal in mind. So I'm competing with that person, even if I don't know who they are yet. Take back a look at a movie. We look at Creed. Rocky said to him, look at yourself in the mirror, it's you versus you. And I don't think a lot of people fully understood what he meant. That you versus you comes down to that discipline, being able to do the hard, that tedious work, all the things we've talked about in the other videos on this channel. It's you versus you. Your mind will ask you not to do things. It will try to convince you to do things that you shouldn't do. The mind has to be calloused and worked upon. And having these little mini defeats through your day where you decide, I'll have the bagel instead of the eggs, or I'll have this, it's not that bad, Those will slowly work against your own mind. Next thing you know, you're just a couch slob. Failing at something you want solely because you didn't try hard enough to achieve it, that hits hard. That's not a feeling I want to have. If I would happen to lose, I want to know that I did every single possible thing I could do to set myself up for success, and know that, okay, go back to the drawing board and essentially try again, because I have a goal, and one failure is not going to set me back. One failure is not going to throw me off the tracks. I have a goal to win. That's where I want to head. That's what I'm putting my nose to. Prioritizing your time is not an easy task. Sometimes you really, really, really want to do that fun thing, or you want to do the easy thing. And you kind of just got to take a minute, breathe, think about where you want to be. Just slow down, concentrate, get back on your path, make the right decision, prioritize what will help you and benefit you the most in that amount of time that you have. You see this in a lot of people if you just watch. They say that they want to achieve this or that, but when it's time to put in the work, they don't show up. You can clearly see it's not at the top of their to-do list, but they'll tell you that that's what they want. If someone claims that they want to achieve something, but then they don't show up when it's time to put in the work, it's pretty clear what their priorities are. Think of it as choosing a quick pleasure, like a milkshake, versus a beneficial choice like a green smoothie. Or the difference between binge watching Netflix and getting quality sleep. We've all been in that boat. Maybe it's choosing an intense training session over a night out, followed by a hangover and not being able to perform the next day. These can be hard decisions. So you take a second, realize what you want, get it. I'm not saying that it all has to be hard work, no play, because that leads to burnout, and there's benefits to relaxing and letting yourself have some fun. But there's a line, too much of a good thing is a bad thing kind of ordeal here. These indulgences can be a reward for when all the work is done. For instance, if I'm caught up in my schoolwork, punch club's all good, my chores around the house are good, and all my workouts are up to date or I'm past to what I need to be at, then I'm definitely going to allow myself to sit downstairs, relax, and play on my PlayStation. But that only comes after fulfilling all the responsibilities and all those promises that I made to myself. If you're not to this point yet, dig deep and really apply this type of mindset. You will thank yourself later. Whether it's losing the extra weight that you've been talking about getting rid of for years, or maybe building a social media presence so that you can get out of your job that you don't like and strive as a content creator. Maybe it's striving for a scholarship because you know that you can't afford school. What do you got to do? What do you got to do for the weight loss? You got to diet. What do you got to do to build a social media presence? So you got to put out content that's good, that people want, and you got to stay up to date on it, and you got to post consistently. Scholarship. Get your nose in those books, Study your freaking ass off, man, because it's achievable for you if you prioritize it. It's about making those right decisions now so you can get to where you want to in the future. And it's common for people to take those goals and kind of squander them. Don't let them. Don't let people say it, that's not achievable because you don't have the stones to do it. Most of the people are saying that had a dream pretty similar. They just didn't prioritize the time to get there. So then they thought, oh, it's unachievable. You see this with New Year's resolutions, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to lose all of this weight. And good for them. Good for them for putting that goal forward. But then they hit a road bump. Then they have to make the choice, okay, well, do I have time for this or this? I don't have time for the gym. Why? Because you spent 3 hours on TikTok today and you didn't prioritize taking an hour out to go to the gym? Maybe it's not TikTok for you. Maybe it's something else. But saying that you don't have time, if you're one of those people, I want you to really look at the time that you have in a day, see what you do with your time. You might be surprised at where you can cut some time out. I hope this helps you understand why priorities define you or define a person. It's all that actions speak louder than words kind of thing going on here. Let your actions show your priorities. Work hard. Chase those dreams that you think about while you're laying in bed at night. You can achieve them. It just takes proper direction and discipline. And maybe this comes down to removing some people from your life that keep you from that. You are the makeup of the people that you surround yourself with. Your top 3 or your top 5 people determine who you are. That's extremely true. So maybe if you have this dream and you're surrounding yourself with people that have dreams down here, it sucks, but you might have to make that hard decision. You might have to look at yourself and think, okay, now I'm really not prioritizing my time correctly. That's why I'm not getting to where I want to be at life. That's why I'm not hitting these goals that I have. I'm putting in all this effort, but are you really? Depending on your dream, you might have to put in tons of effort. You might have to put in time that seems impossible. But if you prioritize it, really prioritize it, there's a way to make it happen. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about priorities. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe even share this with someone that you think needs to hear it. As always, guys, thanks for watching Punch Club.